Hello there and welcome back to Hydroponics Daily, your go-to podcast for everything soilless cultivation. I'm your host, Dr. Russell Sharp, and as I say, I'm the founder of Utrema Limited. We make novel fertilizers like liquid gold, or gold leaf as it's called in the US, and biostimulants and biofertilizers, biopesticides. We don't make or get involved with growing media, but we are interested in growing media because they are a key aspect of hydroponics. And I read a report today about a new type of growing media, so I thought I'd go into it. Now, it is made from the biomass of bananas, so the trunks of the banana plant. Now, I mentioned before on this podcast that bananas don't grow on trees, they grow on plants. They are a herb, they're herbaceous, they don't have any woody tissue. That means that and they're monocarpic, which means that after they've flowered and fruited, they die, like many crops. However, for such a large plant, that leaves the growers with a problem. You've got this massive dead trunk in your field, and what do you do with it? Well, the normal answer is that you just leave it to rot over many, many years, and it might get in the way of your banana production. So a guy called Christopher Curzon and his company, Banana Bloom, which is part of Southeastern Fiber Corporation, have found a way and patented a way of turning this into grow media for horticulture. So as an alternative to rock wool and cocoa and things like that. And there are a number of advantages over that. So the company originally focused on exporting bananas from Central America. And then in COVID, they pivoted towards this because obviously their supply chains were disrupted, and they found that lots of people were in need of good grow media. So they started the company Banana Bloom, and they've shifted their technology towards this to make substrates, and they've got a patented process. That's not to mean that nobody else can make grow media out of bananas. You just have to make sure you don't infringe their patent. And so I've not read their patent, so I don't know what it actually covers. But yeah, so they produced a product, and obviously they think their grow media is the best grow media and is better than cocoa and other options like peat and wood. And one of the key aspects is that it's hydrophilic. So when it dries down and you suction pack it, vacuum pack it, when you get it to the other end, to your nursery or to your grow room, when you add water to it, it instantly absorbs water. Whereas something like cocoa or peat, once it's really, really dry, it becomes hydrophobic, and you have to add a wetting agent or a surfactant like yucca extract to get it to re-wet. So big advantage there of the banana grow media. And now banana trunks they're not made of wood because they're not a tree, but they are made of lots and lots of very strong fibers, hollow fibers, almost like reinforced concrete. And so those fibers have really good durability and integrity, so they don't break down quickly, even for a hydrophilic, natural plant-based material. So the fibrous cellulosic material can be shaped and re-wetted and go through a number of growing cycles, resisting collapse and compaction over time. Now, I've never tried banana-based grow media. If Chris wants to send me some, I'm more than happy to try some in our grow tent. It'd be really interesting to try it. So that's one advantage. Really high water holding capacity. Now, that might be a disadvantage in some hydroponic systems where the growing media is just getting too wet. There's not enough air in the growing media. So one of the options is to mix it in with other growing media. So you could have like a 12% banana mix, 50% peat. Not peat, sorry, don't want peat in there. Cocoa, some perlite and things like that. So it could be a good addition to a mix rather than just growing on its own. So that's a good one. And obviously you're making use of a waste product. So there's a renewable, circular economy type vibe to it. And if you're in North America, then obviously the carbon footprint of getting that to North American growers should be a lot less than getting cocoa fiber from Sri Lanka and places like that. So it doesn't require additional land or irrigation, doesn't require calcium nitrate to be flushed into it like cocoa fiber does to get rid of the sodium. So there's other economic and environmental benefits of it there. So, as I say, can potentially be used as a standalone grow media, perhaps in things like carnivorous plants that need to be kept nice, wet and boggy. But I'd probably use it as a mix in there with other materials. It does contain a small amount of nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus. Obviously, when we think of bananas, everyone's obsessed with potassium, but it does contain a small amount of NPK. But obviously, the grow media is not breaking down quickly, so the release of those nutrients is very slow, and so you shouldn't replace your fertilizers with this. This is not a fertilizer. This is very much a growing media. So you might be some companies might sell it as a soil conditioner, but it's certainly not a fertilizer. So if you'd like to know more, then check out Banana Bloom. And as I say, the company that makes that is called Southeastern Fiber Corporation of North Carolina, or Carolina. Seems to get a lot from Carolina. It's a big hotbed of agricultural research around Raleigh, isn't it? Pharmaceuticals and agricultural research in North Carolina. Still trying to get a listener in West Virginia. So if you could know anyone in West Virginia, then please do send them the Hydroponics Daily, because they're the only outlier. Them in Puerto Rico. But I'm not too bothered about Puerto Rico because it's not mainland US. I want to complete my map. So that's been Hydroponics Daily for today. An upbeat article about banana fiber possibly coming to a grow shop bag of grow media near you soon. Who knows? Thank you very much for listening. As always, if you found any joy or knowledge in this episode, then please do leave me an Apple podcast review if you're on Apple, because it shoots us up the charts. If you're on any other podcast platform, chill out, relax, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you. Goodbye.